All right, so we're going to create our account. So you enter your email address here. You select your password. You get a confirmation code in your email. Just gonna grab that. And now I'm in. Voila. Okay, so this is the dashboard. There's no files right now because it's a brand new account. You can, sign out from here if you want. You get to create a new canvas for your first project. I recommend the 1080 by 1080. Perfect. So this is the environment. Important components are the canvas. That's the white area over here. You have your menu. Over here you get back to the dashboard. This is a way to select component and move them around. I'll show you more about this. One click will activate the paintbrush. If you click again, it opens a menu to adjust sizes and opacity. This is the eraser. Same idea. You click a second time, it will let you adjust the size. This is to upload an image from your desktop. You can either select a file on clicking here, or you can just drag and drop in this window and it will give you a file. Like for instance, if I was to add something like this, I can add the image like this. Now I have the image. Oops, I'm on eraser. I should be on the clicker. With the clicker, see, I can move the image around. I can make it bigger. I can rotate it, and I can delete it, right? So that was the import image function. There's a layer function. So now we're on the first layer. You can turn them on or off. You can delete the layer or duplicate it, and you can also add layers as you wish. You can also move the layers. The one on top is always the one that you will see, and there's like a little turn off the layers if you want as well. So very cool layer system, a little bit like Photoshop has. The lasso or the mask is to highlight an area that you want to modify. Let's say you have an image and you wanted to modify just an area, you would highlight it and then it would change only that. And this is the color wheel. You can select any color in here for your brush. There's also this shortcut over here. So let's say I'm gonna get a gray brush to paint, and this is the brush, and then that's my color, and the size is, that's a little bit big. Let's say, we don't see well. Just put it in a different color. Okay, here. So you can see the size of the brush, really big, really small. Okay, so let's start with a simple sketch. So I could sketch it using the brush, or I could just go into my library of image and get a sketch that I worked on earlier. This butterfly here, which was sketched with the app, by the way. So I can place it, make it bigger. Okay, then I can modify it, add to it if I wanted, make these longer, and then perhaps some nice little, detail. Making the brush a bit bigger. I can pepper some diamonds and rubies on top of it. Okay, so for doodles, we're gonna adjust the canvas influence to, let's say, 50%. describe the object, a pendant made of white gold with white diamonds and rubies. Okay, so that's my prompt, that's my canvas influence, that is the sketch, and now I'm ready to send it. Here we go. Oh, fantastic. Cool. That is the pendant. Okay, add myself a layer and then get a really good sketch instead. Let me put this one back. Okay, let's say that was my sketch. I'm gonna place it nicely, make it a little bit bigger. Perfect. So that's the new image that will be processed. So now I'm gonna say make this about 70%, 80% accurate. It's a ring made of white gold featuring a white diamond. And then I'm sending this as an input. Good, much better. Now if I like this image, I can actually just send it again to do another version. Every time you send it again, it's going to be a little bit different. You can also change the prompt, a ring made of rose gold featuring white diamonds, because there's more than one. Send it again. Oh wow, even added like some details here that I didn't want, but I like the color is correct. This is good. Actually, the problem is my sketch has these extra lines here, so I'm just gonna go and erase those. So I took the eraser, I'm just cleaning it up. I'm gonna say again. This is like a chat conversation, so you can be talking to it like it's a person. Let's do this again. Ah, here we go. Now it's doing it correctly. Cool. So the more precise your sketch is, the more influence you will want to give it. Now, if you really like this image, you can also use a little plus sign here. I'll just show you what happens. Like, this is the sketch side. This is the resulting image side. If I click on the little plus, it's gonna add to canvas, meaning it will replace my sketch with this image. And now I can see it in the layer. It's been added there. And I can also turn it off to show you. It's like its own layer. So I can use this as my new driver and my new input image to generate another image. I could say beautiful rose gold ring, right? I'll just copy the prompt again. A beautiful yellow gold. ring featuring a cluster of sparkling white diamonds. I love that. And then I can go 100% because this is already pretty good. Or I could also give it like a little bit of interpretation, room for interpretation, and just send it again. Or maybe we should change we'll do it in the next one. We'll change the background. By the way, if you want, you can also click on this little icon to remove the chat. It just shows you all your versions, the image, very quickly. It's a cool feature. You can also just preview them by clicking once. The image will appear as a preview. Okay, by the way, this is the image we just generated, just to be fair. So very similar design, just different color. Now it's yellow gold. And if you, let's say you wanted to mix those two, by the way, so what I was explaining is you can preview the versions from before. So we did this one we really didn't like because it added these cluster over here we didn't want, so we clean up the sketch to not leave any room for interpretation. We get this one, which is really clean, and then I said, okay, use this as a driver and create it in yellow gold. I got the yellow gold version. Fantastic. Now I'm going to send the yellow gold as well, so we have it. So now in my layer, I now have the rose gold and the yellow gold. And then if I want to blend those two together, I can. I just have to be on the layer, use the eraser, and then erase the section that I want from the other design, like this. And it's super useful for basically doing multiple iterations and then combining them at the end, like this. So that's another trick that we can do, blending two images together. I like that. Okay. Then if you want, you can download it. So you just right click and then export sketch. You can also at any time click on the three dots and download any of these versions locally on your computer. And then, okay, so now we have this. I will show you the different background. So now we were on a classic white background. We can do the same thing using the Aurora, which is kind of a warm background. And we can also try the standard instead of premium. Will be faster, but less precision on the interpretation of the design intent. Okay, so beautiful yellow gold and rose gold ring featuring cluster of sparkling diamond. Let's try this. So I don't know if it will interpret my two colors there. We'll see. In the next version of the app, we will have different way of detecting colors and making sure that when it's painted a certain color, it will give you the correct material. It's the next version of the app. Okay, awesome. So we changed the background, however, kind of lost the mix of the two that we wanted earlier. But we can always, like I said, you send this back to the canvas, and it's here in the layers. And you can always use the eraser and get pieces of the version from before. To reveal, you know, what's underneath and blend two designs together, like this. Okay, just explaining that. All right, that's it for now. I think we covered everything. Well, there's the undo buttons over here, the different backgrounds, and then if you have to go back to the canvas, you click here, back to the canvas, oh sorry, back to the dashboard I should say. So if you want to go back to the dashboard, you click on this icon, back to the dashboard, and you get back to where we were at the beginning. Everything is saved, and you can always get back to this project at a later time. To start a new project, you click on canvas, and then it will create it again.